So looking at our actual glance concept, all right, anytime I say glance, we're going to be talking about the single receiver side, okay? Our bender concept is going to come from our two receiver side. It helps us alert this coming from number two, not number one. Glance means it's coming from number one. So, all right, in this diagram, okay, I've just got a simple zone seal concept out of 11 personnel called. To the two receiver side, you're just going to have a double hitches concept, okay? The outside can alert vertical versus a pressed or cloud corner. Number two has a locked hitch. You can turn this into a stick route and have him turn out if you'd like. We just try to make it simple so the quarterback and the receiver are on the same page if that's a pre-snap look for them. All right, so that's his pre-snap look, and then his post-snap is the glance, all right, or give decision by the quarterback. So what you've got here is you've got a five-step bend, all right, around that D-gap fitter, all right, versus more of a man coverage look. We want this to be flatter, all right, almost like a hunt route or a dig, okay. If he gets cover one press, all right, he's going to look to run a go, all right, he's going to outside release or inside release. It's not an MOR, best release scenario. He's going to try to beat that defender deep. All right, if he sees some sort of blitz from the single side, all right, then he's gonna alert and he's gonna run a slant, just a three-step slant, all right, and the quarterback's gonna look to key him on that. That's something that haven't utilized enough, but we'll be looking to do, versus some fire zone and whatnot to the boundary, but again, the quarterback's decision-making process, as we've highlighted in this course, is all right. Numbers, basically. All right, we've got 6 blockers in this situation. So who's the 7th fitter? All right, if pre-snap he feels like that sandbacker is really tight, all right, then he can even poke that in the running back's stomach to turn and then throw the hitch, or he can turn up and throw the hitch if he feels like he's tight enough. If all right, that is not a good look for him. All right, he's going to cancel that out, and then he's going to find the 7th fitter to the boundary, whether it be the corner or the free safety, which is highlighted here. Okay, if this free safety in this quarters or cover 3 look is down in the run as a D-gap player, then the quarterback's going to pull the football, and he's going to throw the glance, all right, behind him on that. All right, again, if this is a press look, all right, and this free safety comes down, we're going to convert that to a go. All right, if we get a blitz, all right, and they have more than we can account for, the slant's going to be ran by the single receiver, and the quarterback can give it if he feels a little hesitant, or he can throw it if he feels confident about it. Again, talk to those guys about when in doubt, give the football. We'd like to live to fight another day, not make a bad decision into traffic right there. But so this is our glance concept, and again, we're looking to evolve this. Once upon a time, we ran a speed out, all right? If we had heavy inside leverage by the corner, which is, a lot of times what you'll see, especially if it's a cover 3 type look where he's got to get to the true middle third or his third of the field. We have experimented with that. I think if we see that a lot more instead of the speed out, the 5-step speed out, we'll probably just run a stop route. Again, that's a long throw for the quarterback, and that's going to take a lot of timing and whatnot. But again, some guys can do that. But again, that's something for you to decide what throws you can make off. These are the 3 throws that work for us, specifically the bend or the go, if we do get that trigger by that D-gap player. And again, we're going to highlight several run schemes that you can do out of this, whether it be GH, GT, and you're sealing on the backside, whether it be zone insert, zone divide. The world is, the world of the run games are endless when it comes to these types of throws, as long as you're protecting them with these glance throws and you're making it easier on the quarterback. So now taking a look at bender, all right, and again, bender's the same exact concept as our glance. We just call it something a little bit different, just so we know it's to the 2 receiver side, and we've taken out the go concept for the time being. Again, we're gonna dabble in some inside fade stuff in the future, but I haven't done that yet. So just for all intensive purposes, going to talk about running the slant versus blitz, or the 5-step bender if we need to. So if we're calling bender, this concept, the pre-snap access throw is to the boundary. All right, again, this is a hitch versus a loose corner, or a go versus press. You know, also seeing guys run the speed out or the three-step slant to that, being the access throw. It's whatever fits your program and fits your scheme. I like the hitch and I like the go. But again, this is something that you can hand signal out there if you feel comfortable with your guys. And again, this is done with zone divide on the backside. And so this bender concept is to the backside of the run of zone divide. And we've got this glance, this bender concept. If this seventh fitter comes down, he's going to bang this. If this Sam linebacker fits, all right, and you get some sort of safety help over the top, that's where this 5-yard in, this fin route is really good, all right. We've also experimented with running a hitch, and then if you get pressed, run the in versus some sort of quarters concept maybe. But again, this is a good concept from the field. We used it a ton when we're seeing some blitz from the field. Just an easy way to protect the quarterback and get the ball out of his hands. But again, same concept and same thought process where you can attach any run. We just call it a little bit something different to help us distinguish between the single and the and the twin side. And for us, we were very 11 personnel heavy. You can also do this out of 12, done that as well, or out of 20. A true two-back look if you'd like to. In my opinion, any run scheme is good as long as you are protecting the quarterback from C gap to C gap. I don't like leaving defensive ends, unblocked and trying to read secondary secondary players or linebackers. I just feel like you're, sticking your quarterback out there, to get hurt, and for a lot of bad things to happen when you're doing that. So those are the two concepts that we'll be watching film on. The glance from the single and the bender from the 2x2 or the twin side.